Now on Coast TV News.
Slaughter Beach stands how town officials are using policies in place in other communities to craft its ordinance on marijuana.
Making noise. In Milford, we look at how effective the clankers are in preventing trucks from hitting the Mississippian Bridge.
It's great.
Meter money moves as Rehoboth Beach considers changes to its parking season. The pushback from the public that will be shown at a city council meeting later today.
It was a chilly weekend for Delmarva, but we start the week warmer with above normal temperatures and a dry week ahead. Details coming up.
This is Coast TV News Today.
And it is Monday, March 10th, 2025. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
And good morning, I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah, we're a week away from St. Patrick's Day, and we already are, as we'll see later this morning, there are several communities already getting an early jump on celebrating all that is Irish.
And being very Irish myself, this is my favorite time of year. It is my dad's birthday today, though, so happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday.
He was supposed to be a St. Patrick's Day baby. He was supposed to be a girl. It was all wrong, but happy birthday, Dad.
But it all turned out right.
It all turned out right. My very Irish grandma was hoping for a St. Patrick's Day baby, but oh well, she got a great son instead. But Bob, we're starting off this week. It's a little chilly this morning, but maybe a little bit less windy than it has been, hopefully.
Absolutely, and good morning, Elisa and Matt. Good morning, Delmarva. It was a chilly weekend, but we're going to start to warm things up today. But it's chilly out the door. 43 in Bethany Beach and Rehoboth, 40 in Georgetown, 36 in Delmar, 32 in Salisbury. So maybe just a little frosty inland areas. Otherwise, we're looking at quiet conditions. A light west-southwest breeze right now. They'll be light all day. We're looking at mostly clear skies right now. Just a few clouds to the south. We've got high pressure over the top of us, but there are clouds across the Carolinas, and we're watching a system across the deep south from Georgia into South Carolina. This system will be missing us to the south with high pressure over us. We'll be in good shape through today. Here's Futurecast. This morning we're in the 30s to around 40 at the beaches. By mid-morning, lower 40s. Some clouds from that southern system could be working in. By noon, warming up nicely. 55 in Delmar, 57 in Georgetown, but cooler 40s and 50s at the beach. It will be cooler at the coast this afternoon. Inland areas nice, 62 in Salisbury, Millsboro, and Georgetown, but 40s and 50s at the coast, so make sure you bundle up there. And pretty seasonable conditions as we go into the evening hours. Here's your day part forecast. We'll see a few clouds from time to time today, but warming up nicely inland areas with 60s with winds that are finally calming down. Speaking of calm, a pretty quiet work week ahead. I'll have much more in your forecast coming up a little bit later in the newscast.
Forward to that. Thank you, Bob. Our top story this morning, we could see another Delmarva community take the next step in regulating marijuana. Tonight, the Slaughter Beach Town Council scheduled to review an ordinance on weed. And this one is looking very similar to another ordinance in another city. According to town officials, they're attempting to mirror Milford's marijuana zoning ordinance. Right now, Milford only allows for the sale of medical marijuana. It was back in January, Milford City Council approved an ordinance that bans recreational sales of pot.
And here's where other towns on Delmarva stand. Georgetown, Milton, Millsboro, Ocean City, and South Bethany and Rehoboth Beach have banned retail marijuana completely, and Lewis has been considering regulations to allow it.
Getting a live look now. This is the scene from the boardwalk in Rehoboth Beach. Last year, the nation's summer capital raked in over $10.5 million from parking fees. And happening today, city officials are considering ways to bring in even more money from parking. Mayor Stan Mills and the city council are scheduled to review recommendations from a parking study. Most people responding to a questionnaire were against increasing parking season. If Rehoboth Beach went with a new season that would start May 1st through October 31st, the majority of people did not want enforcement of parking permits in non-metered areas. Sentiments shared to Coast TV by one business owner in the city.
I think it feels like the city council may be a little out of touch as far as considering the seasonality of the area and the business owners and what we expect and rely on.
Another idea floated was just to turn the parking meters back on around the time of the Sea Witch Festival.
Happening today in Lewis, city officials are once again discussing and could act on the Overfall Preserve. The proposed 90 townhomes with amenities would be off of Savannah Road at the old Warrington property. The city could set a public hearing date in the future at this meeting.
Also in Lewis, city officials will tackle a big topic that's being looked at by several coastal communities. Rental tax. The Lewis City Council could possibly schedule a public hearing for two proposed tax ordinance. The gross receipts rental tax that could impose a 5.5% tax on short-term rentals. The lodging tax would be only 2%.
If you've driven in Milford recently, specifically on South Rehoboth Boulevard, you've probably seen bright orange boat buoys hanging in the air. Well, the DELDOT system, called the clankers, are supposed to prevent drivers from hitting bridges by making a loud noise to warn them. At the Mississippian River Bridge in Milford, DELDOT says that system has been a success for almost 2 months now.
I think it's wonderful. If it saves an accident, and that bridge was out, it was so inconvenient for the Milford people. I think it's wonderful. If it saves somebody from hitting the bridge, it's great.
The almost 100-year-old bridge has been hit more than 7 times over the past 10 years, and some of those have caused it to be closed for months on end.
Happening today, we're staying in Milford, where a proposed $8.5 million bond issuance will be debated at a public hearing. Town officials say the money would go towards water utility infrastructure, improvements, and other capital projects. If this is approved, repayment would come primarily from water impact fees, with tax revenues as another source. A special election for this is set for Saturday, April 26, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and that would be at the Milford Public Works building.
Happening today, 2 Sussex County communities will gather to discuss their budget. In Lewis, officials could approve the budget for the fiscal year 2026, which begins on April 1st. And in Georgetown, officials will present their budget for fiscal year 2026.
In Fenwick Island, there could be action taken on traffic flow for upcoming holidays. This would also have an effect on the summer season. The town's Emergency Management Committee expected to take this up at this afternoon's meeting. Now going live to Washington, D.C., where we start a week dealing with tariffs and the potential of, now stop me if you've heard this one before, a government shutdown. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick confirms 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum will take effect this Wednesday.
Also, as NBC's Jay Gray shows us, President Trump is urging his party to support a bill to avert a government shutdown.
2 big deadlines this week as more tariffs are set to take effect on Wednesday before Congress must pass a government funding bill by Friday or face a government shutdown.
Could happen.
President Trump acknowledging the risk while voicing confidence in a short-term funding bill House Speaker Mike Johnson aims to bring for a vote tomorrow. It includes an increase in defense spending with cuts in other areas, but faces Republican criticism already.
The CR is terrible on defense and the border.
Even if the slim GOP majority can carry the bill through the House, it would require yes votes from some Senate Democrats, outraged over potential cuts to health care and food assistance and over DOGE cuts they argue strip away congressional authority.
Until I see some assurances that whatever we pass next week is going to ensure that the money is spent the way Congress intends, I'm going to withhold my vote until I see that.
That as President Trump was asked in a Fox News interview whether he expects a recession this year.
I hate to predict things like that. There is a period of transition because what we're doing is very big.
His Commerce Secretary more clear-cut.
There's going to be no recession in America.
Both defending the administration's tariff policy with a new 25% tariff on all steel and aluminum imports into the U.S. set to kick in this week.
I think the tariffs are going to be the greatest thing we've ever done as a country.
The president arguing his sweeping tariff plans will bring back lost American factories and jobs long-term as U.S. businesses and consumers brace for short-term pain. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
We're just getting started in this hour of CoastTV News today.
They're coming up celebrating St. Patrick's Day. The festivities already kicked off for one Delmarva community, and we have what you need to know about more celebrations taking place this upcoming weekend.
Also, Wendy's Frosty Refresh will tell you how the fast food chain is revamping its signature drink.
But first, Laurel schools closed. Why the district says students can sleep in. All that and more as CoastTV News Today continues.
Before I had my hearing loss treated at Mass Audiology, I had a hard time trying to participate in daily activities. Now I can hear.
If you're having trouble hearing, you should schedule a diagnostic hearing evaluation with an audiologist. If a hearing aid is necessary, the audiologist should prescribe a hearing aid and verify it using real ear measurements to ensure that it fits your needs. Call Mast Audiology and ask how Signia hearing aids can treat your hearing loss. To learn more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Get ready for 4 days of fun at SpringFest. Enjoy amazing food, live entertainment, over 200 unique artisan products, and an enhanced selection of food, beer, and wine. You won't want to miss this free event located at the Ocean City Inlet from April 24th to the 27th. SpringFest features 2 stages and more than 30 live performances and ticketed headliners like Strangelove, the Depeche Mode Experience, country music sensation Hunter Hayes, and the legendary Wailers featuring Junior Marvin, opened by Pacifier. Don't miss out. Get all the details at ococean.com/SpringFest.
The hammers are smashing, the glasses are raising, and the fun times await at Bushel Sports Bar and Grill in Lewis. Explore our selection of off-season entrees and mouth-watering signature sandwiches that are sure to satisfy any palate. Relax and enjoy local craft brews and specialty cocktails watching your favorite sports team, or compete with your friends at some 8-ball. And indulge yourself with year-round all-you-can-eat crabs, served by the bucketful and seasoned to perfection. For good vibes with a friendly atmosphere, visit Bushel's on Coastal Highway today.
Ready to cross the finish line without breaking a sweat? Join Women Supporting Women for the Quick Finisher 0.0 Unrun on Saturday, April 26th from 11 to 2 at Brew River in Salisbury. No training required. Step across the start-finish line and then celebrate with great food, drinks, music, and raffles. Your registration includes a custom race bib, sticker, and a delicious buffet, all for a great cause. It's the easiest race you'll ever finish. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers.
Coming up on 512 on this Monday morning, Bay of Health Cam in Dover. Not too bad out there, 41 degrees. Maybe a little frosty in Salisbury at 32, 40 in Georgetown, 43 at Bethany Beach and Rehoboth right now. The winds have calmed down. That'll be the trend today. They're light out of the southwest, and they'll remain that way. Visibility is good, about 10 miles. So for the kiddos heading off to school, good visibility. They're going to want to bundle up, though. Temperature around 40 degrees, chilly and dry conditions. And then heading home, ooh, it's going to be nice, dry and mild, light winds, 63 degrees. That's inland, a little cooler at the beaches. I'll have much more on a quieter and above normal temperature week coming up a little bit later on.
Hey, Bob, and happening today, if your child is enrolled in the Laurel School District, they get to sleep in according to the district. There will be no classes today for students, and this is for a professional learning day for staff.
New this morning, Milford is looking ahead and celebrating its teachers, and they are asking people in the school district for their input. 2026 Teacher of the Year nominations now open. A form can be found on the Milford School District Facebook page. And school officials say you can nominate any teacher that has made a difference through dedication, innovation, and passion.
America's economy added 151,000 jobs in February as employment growth rebounded. That number came in below the 160,000 jobs economists were expecting. The unemployment rate ticked up to 4.1% from 4% prior.
Lisa, this is a big one here. Pay attention. The iconic Wendy's Frosty about to get a makeover. Fast food chain announced that in the coming months they'll be rolling out new ways to customize the sweet treat after decades of only offering 2 flavors, chocolate and vanilla. You'll now have the option to add in various sauces with the Frosty Swirls or choose from a variety of mix-ins with the Frosty Fusions. I don't think I'm overstating this one. I think this is a big game changer here.
Sounds like a game changer for sure. I love the Frosties. Spicer Brothers Cam, love the moon, almost full out there. It's beautiful. We're looking at lighter winds and we're looking at a bit cooler conditions out there this morning, but a nice warm up as we go through the week ahead, then a cool down midweek and then a warm up towards the end of the week and looking dry the next several days. I'll have your forecast details in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app today.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, discover the healing power of sound therapy and how it's bringing comfort to those facing cancer. Plus, a look back at the rich history of a beloved coastal community. Coast Life, today at 4 on Coast TV.
It all started with a food truck and a dream of bringing excellent street food to our community. That dream became Tiki Jack's as we know it today. From mouth-watering street tacos to our signature sandwiches and street-inspired entrees, Tiki Jack's is the ultimate destination for comfort food by the shore. Whether you're dining out with family or looking for a fun night out with friends, stop by Tiki Jack's of Rehoboth Beach today for all your street eats and brews.
For your home and your range, Bad Boy Mowers will tame any terrain.
Give me a home.
Designed with advanced engineering and fueled by power that's second to none.
And the skies are dark cloudy all day. Home on the range.
Bad Boy. Mow with an attitude.
Are you having trouble hearing your TV or listening to conversations in loud spaces? Then it might be time to consider Nano hearing aids. Nanos are FDA-registered OTC hearing aids. Don't be fooled by overpriced hearing aids. Prescription hearing aids could cost $3,000 or more. Nano hearing aids are now offering $100 off through this special TV offer. Call now and get 2 CIC rechargeable hearing aids for only $297. And if you're not happy, return them for a full refund.
Coming up, Drew's breaking down the news with Valerie Bertinelli.
I love this place. All right, here we go.
Are Katy Perry and Gayle King really going to space?
It's so scary.
Monday at noon on CoastTV.
Listen to Big 107.7, Delmarva's classic rock station.
Time is 5:16, and you are looking live at the Worcester County coast, Ocean City. Some of the waves crashing in, and not big waves, Bob, and little waves, and maybe that's because we got a break from the wind today.
That's a big part of it, Matt. I think with the light winds today, the waves only about 1 to 2 feet. So we get a break from those crazy winds we've been dealing with for several days and over the weekend. We are also going to warm it up. It was a chilly weekend, and we're going to start our week with milder air arriving, temperatures in the 60s away from the coast, cooler at the beaches with 50s there. Midweek, now, last week I was hoping for 70 on Wednesday. I don't know if that's going to happen now with a front coming in. They call it a backdoor cold front cooling us off. We are going to remain rain-free really much of the week ahead. It's chilly now, 36 in Delmarva, just updated, 32 in Salisbury, 43 in Bethany Beach and Rehoboth, 40 in Georgetown. Just checked my home station in Millsboro, 40 degrees there. As we're looking at a west-southwesterly breeze right now, it's pretty light, and that'll be the case really much of the day. It's gusting a little bit at the beaches, but not nearly as windy as it was over the weekend. And it feels like temperatures pretty much like the actual temperatures in the 30s and 40s, so make sure you bundle up this morning as we're looking at mainly clear skies across the area. A few clouds floating in from the south. We have high pressure in place right now, keeping us high and dry. But you note the clouds across Virginia, back into the Carolinas too. It is a rainy time across the deep south. They're in a drought condition there. So they're seeing rain from Mississippi and Alabama into Georgia and South Carolina. This system will be scooting to our south. We have high pressure that's protecting us. We'll just see some of the clouds from this system, while farther back to the west, it's quiet across the plains right now. Here's Futurecast this morning. We're looking at temperatures warming to the 30s to lower 40s. By mid-morning, some of those clouds from that southern system working in. We'll call it a mix of sun and clouds today. By noon, into the mid to upper 50s inland, but those temperatures lagging at the beaches in the 40s and 50s because of the cold water, but lower 60s from Salisbury to Millsboro. Nice and warm inland, but caution at the coast. Make sure you have your jacket with 40s and 50s there. Then everybody in the 40s and 50s as we go through the evening. Then through the overnight hours, mainly clear skies, and by tomorrow morning, we're into the 30s and 40s, so not too bad as far as the temperatures go, and really mild into tomorrow afternoon. 66 Millsboro, 65 Seaford around 5:30, but then at the coast, much cooler with temperatures into the 40s and 50s. And then I was talking about that backdoor cold front. How far south does it push? If it pushes all the way through our region, then we'll be really chilly. If it gets hung up over the top top of us, then half and half across the area as far as warm and chilly. But temperatures still above average. Then we'll see that front lifting to the north as a warm front through the end of the week into the weekend, keeping us mild. And as I mentioned earlier, those winds much lighter, but there's a sea breeze at the coast that will cool you off. But those winds much lighter as we go through time. Then our next major system comes Sunday, we think, in the form of rain, maybe heavier rain later Sunday, I should say, into Monday, but that's still several days off. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, mild today and tomorrow. 64 today, 67 Tuesday. There's that cool down Wednesday with that front moving through. 56, a little warmer to the south. 61 Thursday, and then warming up into the weekend by Saturday. 67, and then that rain chance by Sunday and a high of 70. Congratulations to Ken Bernard from Seaford. He is the proud owner of an umbrella from Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling and CoastTV.
Thank you, Bob. We have developing news out of Delmarva. The fire department there responded to a crash Sunday night. This happened around 9 p.m. on St. George's Road. Air transportation was used for one patient, and Delaware State Police say they will continue to determine what caused this crash.
Happening now in Selbyville, police are searching for a man who assaulted a woman on Sunday. According to police, Joshua Kazitsky poured a drink on a woman at a McDonald's and verbally assaulted her. Officials say Kazitsky left on bicycle and is asking the public for any information on his location.
We are learning that 2 Sussex County men are now facing felony drug charges after being arrested by Delaware State Police. This is after a traffic stop turned into a chase this past Thursday. Here's what state police are saying. Troopers attempted to stop a Ford Mustang on Route 24, but the driver sped away. The car ended up crashing into a tree. Jerome Johnson of Rehoboth Beach and Troy Sanders of Bridgeville, they ran away after the crash, but they were later caught. State police search uncovered just over 3 grams of heroin and 11 grams of crack cocaine. Johnson was jailed on a $35,000 cash bond. Sanders received a $6,800 secured bond.
Up next on Coast TV News today, celebrating St. Patrick's Day, we give you a look into how Milton took to the streets on Sunday in honor of the holiday. Coast TV News will be right back.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead and Dallas Federico. Get the Coast TV First Alert Weather app with live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Download the free Coast TV First Alert Weather app, sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling. Get more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Subscribe today.
While hurricanes get most of the blame for wind damage, nor'easters and even strong thunderstorms can be just as devastating. And insurance policies may not cover wind-driven rain damage. So before a storm hits, walk around your home, remove any dead tree branches, and secure any loose outdoor items. After the storm, walk around again and check for any damage like loose shingles, siding, gutters, and evidence of water penetration. If you do notice significant damage after a storm, call a professional like Riptide Restoration. For more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Do you have stains in your carpet that won't come out? You need Horsepower Bullshot, the all-new hands-free carpet cleaner and deodorizer. Just spray, and the stain and odor go away. Got pet messes? This black light shows a urine stain is gone in just seconds. The advanced foam action formula penetrates deep to emulsify and neutralize stains and odors. It erases blood stains, makeup, juice, coffee, and more. For older and tougher stains, just give it a little rub and watch as Bullshot works its magic. Red wine spills? They're no problem for Bullshot. And watch up close as burnt bacon grease stains are obliterated right before your very eyes. Get Horsepower Bullshot for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get yours. And there's a strict limit of 3 at this low, low price. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-693-6210 or visit buybullshot.com. So call 1-800-693-6210 or visit buybullshot.com now.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with Rice Robot, the 1, 2, 3 rice cooker. Watch. 1 adds the white cup for rice, 2. Add the blue cup for water. 3. Click it and let Rice Robot perfectly cook it.
The secret is perfect cook technology for even cooking. Then Rice Robot senses when it's done, auto stops, and keeps it warm to serve.
It won't burn, overcook, or undercook, guaranteed.
Get the complete Rice Robot cooking system, all for just $39.99. Order now.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We're Delmarva proud.
In case you missed it, Milton took to the streets on Sunday to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Before the parade began, it was the 12th annual 5K run, and after the morning run, thousands gathered to celebrate the St. Patrick's Day parade. And at the parade, there was a marching band, classic cars and tractors, and businesses dressed in green, all raising funds for the Milton Fire Department, Chamber of Commerce, and the Community Foundation. And events are happening all across Delmarva. Dewey Beach's Starboard hosts its opening weekend party March 13 through the 16th, while Crooked Hammock Brewery in Lewis features live music starting March 15th. Chincoteague's Shamrock Search begins March 14th, inviting visitors to solve riddles and win prizes. And Ocean City's St. Patrick's Day Parade, the largest in Maryland, marches down Coastal Highway March 15th at noon. Rehoboth Beach and Ocean City will offer St. Patrick's Day specials, including Irish food, drinks, and entertainment on March 17th. There's plenty of ways to celebrate. You can pick your spot, and of course, you have to wear green. And the wind this weekend, Matt, it was still giving us a bit of a tough time, but at least the sun was shining.
I did enjoy the sun. I got the truck washed this weekend because of that sun, so I did a little outdoor stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and great car washing weather. You know, I mean, it's dry, the winds are diminishing, not blowing all that dust and salt around. So, yeah, head to the car wash and head to the beach, but bundle up. It's going to be colder here than inland areas today, starting out in the 40s, Fenwick Island and Ocean City, and then only into the mid to maybe upper 50s. Remember that water in the Atlantic Ocean still around 40 degrees. Lewis and Rehoboth, a few clouds into the afternoon. Otherwise, temperatures in the mid 50s. Waves only 1 to 2 feet, so pretty calm ride up to Cape May on the ferry. And on the bay side, only 1 foot waves. Cambridge, you're warming through the 50s to around 60 later today. Remember, the days are longer, so those high temperatures closer to 5 p.m. And then Crisfield, we're looking at temperatures into the mid 50s with the sun setting after 7 o'clock now and staying light till after 7:30. We are looking at above normal temperatures the next few days, a bit of a cool down midweek, staying dry. Much more in your forecast coming up in the next half hour.
Break on CoastTV News today. Lewis Looks at Pond will tell you about the efforts to fight erosion at a body of water in the city.
Rehoboth Beach parking proposal. The IDA's commissioners are considering that could bring in more money for the nation's summer capital.
And coming up, Delmarva moves on marijuana. We'll tell you the latest community to discuss the hot topic on the peninsula. Stay with us on CoastTV News today.
Transform your home with Coastline Sunrooms and Awnings. Collectively, with over 40 years experience, our expert team has been designing porch enclosures, sunrooms, and awnings that bring comfort and style to your home.
Whether you're looking for protection from the sun or extra living space, we're here to help. Call now to schedule a no-obligation design. We are offering a free electric recessed fireplace with your sunroom purchase, or get a free upgrade to a motorized awning with an awning purchase. Coastline Sunrooms and Awnings. We show up.
Be a part of the ultimate outdoor experience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. Join us Friday, April 25th from 3 to 8 and Saturday, April 26th from 10 to 4 at the Delaware State Fairgrounds in Harrington. Showcase your products and services to thousands of potential customers. Increase your brand awareness and reach a large audience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. For more information and to apply as a vendor today, visit WBOCEvents.com.
It all started with a food truck and a dream of bringing excellent street food to our community. That dream became Tiki Jack's as we know it today. From mouth-watering street tacos to our signature sandwiches and street-inspired entrees, Tiki Jack's is the ultimate destination for comfort food by the shore. Whether you're dining out with family or looking for a fun night out with friends, stop by Tiki Jack's at Rehoboth Beach today for all your street eats and brews.
Join America's favorite game.
You never know what's going to happen.
For the I can't believe it. And always for the unexpected.
Treat yourself a round of sausage.
That's not it, but thank you.
Are you ready?
Monday at 7 on CoastTV.
Are you ready to play?
Yes, finally.
Are you ready for it?
Step up to the podium and grab your buzzer.
Ain't no party like a Jeopardy party.
Monday at 7:30 on Coast TV.
Now on Coast TV News.
Marijuana policy mirror as Slaughter Beach takes the next step in regulating marijuana, why its policy could look very similar to another Sussex County community.
Pond Protection Plan. We look at the effort in Lewis in dealing with erosion damage to Blockhouse Pond.
Bridge bangers. Why this DelDOT system in Milford is being called a success.
It was a chilly weekend for Delmarva, but we start the week warmer with above normal temperatures and a dry week ahead. Details coming up.
This is Coast TV News Today.
It's 10th, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, time is 5:30. Pulse check here. How are we doing after losing an hour of sleep over the weekend?
I felt it yesterday morning. I did. What about you?
I didn't. The only thing that threw me off was when it was time to wake up to go to church. It was dark.
But our problem is we go to sleep a little bit earlier, so the sun was out later. So that was hard. It's great in the summertime.
I look forward to that, yes.
I do too, but we have to check in. Bob, how are you doing today? Did you get enough sleep yesterday?
Surprisingly, I did. I got enough sleep. I slept a little longer, but the problem was when 3 o'clock came around, it was too quick. We were doing chores, me and my wife, and it was like, wow, you really feel that hour. And yeah, it's staying lighter much later after 7:30 now. It's chilly and dark this morning. 30s and 40s out the door. 40 in Georgetown, 35 in Delmar, 43 in Bethany Beach. Rehoboth had 43. We've got a light wind out of the west-southwest, and those winds will be lighter today. They're not going to be howling like they have the last several days, especially last week. As we're looking at mostly clear skies, just a few clouds southern tip of Delmarva, and then even cloudier farther south. We have high pressure protecting us here, but it is rainy across the deep south and the southeast. This system will be staying to our south as we go through time, but a few of those clouds will be floating up from time to time today, and you can see that on Futurecast. Some of these high clouds with 30s and 40s early on, and then by noon into the mid to upper 50s inland, but cooler 40s and 50s at the coast. It'll be colder at the beaches today, and those clouds from time to time, but inland away from the coast, it'll be nice. Temperatures 60 to 64 degrees. Pretty comfortable and not too bad heading into the evening. And great weather to wash the car, not only today, but the next several days. And yes, go ahead and add the wax as we keep it dry with above normal temperatures.
Bob, in our top story this half hour, Slaughter Beach is taking the next step in regulating marijuana. It is on the agenda of tonight's town council meeting. And here's what we know the town officials are looking at. They're going to create an ordinance that matches their neighbors to the west, Milford. And 2 months ago, Milford approved a ban on recreational sales, though medical marijuana is allowed there.
Happening today, Rehoboth Beach officials are considering ways to bring in even more money from parking. Mayor Stan Mills and the City Council are scheduled to review recommendations from a parking study. Now, most people responding to a questionnaire were against increasing parking season. If Rehoboth Beach went with a new season starting May 1st through October 31st, a majority of people did not want enforcement of parking permits in non-metered areas. Another idea floated was just turn the parking meters back on around the time of the Sea Witch Festival.
Tonight in Lewis, the effort to limit erosion to the Blockhouse Pond. That pond is located near Beebe Hospital, and Mayor Andrew Williams and the City Council could take action on a plan. Here's a look at what that pond is looking like. You can see some of the edges have gotten steep and jagged, and city officials say there are 3 ideas on how to fix it. These include building a wall along the edge, placing riprap and stones along the shore, or building a living wall, a natural layer that would protect the shoreline. If a decision is made tonight, city leaders say a study will be needed before any decision is implemented.
Here this morning in Bridgeville, we are learning about several key topics that are expected to be reviewed at Monday's commission meeting. This includes the swearing in of District 1 Commissioner Nadine Bravo. Also on tonight's agenda, proposed changes at Heritage Shores and an ordinance on international building and residential code.
If you've driven in Milford recently, specifically on South Rehoboth Boulevard, you've probably seen bright orange boat buoys hanging in the air. The DelDOT system, called Clankers, has been in the works for almost 2 months on the Mississippian River Bridge with the aim of preventing trucks that are too tall from hitting it.
As CoastTV News reporter Emma Aiken shows us, people in the community are enjoying the unique sound that is part of this system.
Stop now or bang. That bang is what just happened again at the Cash Mill Road Bridge in Newark. These bright orange boat buoys, called clankers, are supposed to prevent drivers from hitting bridges by making a loud noise. And for the Misbillion River Bridge in Milford, DelDOT says it's been working, with no drivers hitting the bridge since the clankers were installed 2 months ago. Frank Helwig thinks it's a good idea.
Some of it's driver education too, but it's the more warnings you have, I think the better, definitely.
The almost 100-year-old bridge has been hit more than 7 times over the past 10 years, and some of those have caused it to be closed for months on end. Joyce Glenn remembers the most recent closure.
It was so inconvenient for the Milford people. I think it's wonderful. If it saves somebody from hitting the bridge, it's great.
The clankers are doing their job, DelDOT says, but it's that human element they can't quite control. In Milford, Emma Aiken, Coast TV News.
Happening today in Milford, officials discuss a proposed $8.5 million bond issuance. This will be at a public hearing. According to the agenda, the money would be used for water utility infrastructure improvements and other capital projects. If this is approved, repayment would come primarily from water impact fees and tax revenues as a secondary source. Special election for all this is set for Saturday, April 26, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and that will be at the Milford Public Works building.
Happening today, 2 Sussex County communities will gather to discuss its budget. In Lewis, officials could approve the budget for fiscal year 2026, which begins on April 1st, and in Georgetown, officials will present their budget for fiscal year 2026.
Also in Sussex County, officials will gather for the Board of Adjustment and Board of Assessment. The board will review a property in Bethany Beach and another one in Rehoboth Beach. This takes place at 10:30. The Adjustment Board meeting takes place at 6 p.m.
Happening today, officials will gather in Delmar and in Berlin. In Delmar, officials say they will gather for a utility commission meeting. This will take place at 6:30 p.m. and according to the agenda in Berlin, officials will hold a town council meeting. This meeting is set to take place at 6 p.m.
New this morning, a positive case of the measles has been confirmed in a Maryland person who recently traveled internationally. This is being confirmed by the Maryland Department of Health and Howard County health officials. The officials there would not give any other details about the patient except that people may have been exposed the evening of Wednesday, March 5th at Washington's Dulles International Airport.
We are now taking a live look at the U.S. Capitol and tariff turmoil as some American trade partners are cracking down on U.S. exports. Starting today, American farmers face new retaliatory tariffs on many products they send to China. The measures include an extra 15% tariff on chicken, wheat, corn, and cotton, and a 10% on items including beef and soybeans. Some American farmers say they're worried escalating trade tensions could make it harder to sell their products abroad.
Everything we produce far exceeds what the domestic market could handle.
Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick says duties on steel and aluminum imports are set to take place on Wednesday. He acknowledges some prices might rise in the U.S., but Trump says any pain would be short-term.
Still got a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, plane crash problem. We'll tell you about the ongoing investigation into a small plane crash in Pennsylvania on Sunday. And DelDOT delivers on changes. We'll tell you when you can learn about the upcoming changes for DART set to take effect this spring.
Also at the buzzer, the thrilling ending to the Delaware Unified Basketball State Championship game as Indian River brings home a state title. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Middays with April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through my workday.
She plays my favorite songs.
She helped me find my furry friend.
She's always making me smile.
Listening to April is the best way to get through my workday.
She makes me feel special.
Middays with April, weekdays 10 to 3 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. Sponsored by Dorchester County Office of Tourism.
You rip and tear your old statements and bills, but thieves use this information to steal your identity. Don't be a victim. Get the ID Police, the new ink roller that encrypts all your old documents. So before you throw it out, just roll it on, and your information is gone, both on the front and through the back. Even if the paper is held up to the light, even your medical information is safe with the ID Police. So block it out before you throw it out. Order now and get your ID Police for as low as $9.99. and get free shipping too. This offer is not available on Amazon, so call or click now to get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 with free shipping. Order now.
Call 1-800-803-0512. That's 1-800-803-0512. Or visit getidpolice.com. So call 1-800-803-0512 now.
You know, any good reporter tries to stay connected with important officials in the community. I try my best to stay connected with, you know, just the man on the street or woman on the street that I interview. I'll get their phone number, become friends with them on Facebook, and, you know, just reach out to them, have conversations about what's going on, what they think maybe needs some attention in their community, and I just try to stay friends.
Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
Exactly 5:40 on this chilly but clear Monday morning. Gateway Subaru Cam. Look at the starry skies and maybe a ship in the distance over the Atlantic Ocean, which is pretty flat. Light winds today, so only 1 to 2 foot waves there. It's chilly this morning, 32 in Salisbury, 34 in Delmar, so maybe a little frosty there. 40 in Milton, 43 Rehoboth, 43 in Bethany Beach, and the winds are light, and that's the key. Light winds for today. 10 miles visibility in Georgetown, Salisbury, and Ocean City, so good visibility, good commuting weather. I gave it the green light this morning. Dry and cold, maybe scraping a little frost inland, then a few more clouds this afternoon and this evening, but dry and mild. Call the Coast TV First Alert weather phone. Another way to get your forecast, sponsored by Brockstead Mandalis Federico.
Thank you, Bob. Happening today, DelDOT has announced a 3-month southbound lane closure on Munchie Branch Road in Rehoboth Beach. This section on your screen now between Wolf Neck Road and Field Lane will close for the construction of a shared use path and drainage improvements. Work is expected to continue through early May. And also happening today, which could impact your daily commute, according to Milford, contractors will continue with the water line installation. This means crews will be working on South Church Street, Maple Avenue, and Northwest 4th Street. And the city of Salisbury says repaving will happen in the Fitzwater area, including 1st Street, 2nd Street, Pearl Street, and surrounding roads today. You can see that area on your screen right now. And the city says that project is expected to be done on the 15th if everything goes according to schedule.
Now for the latest installment of Ovechkin Watch. 19 games remained in the regular season for the first-place Capitals heading into Sunday's home contest against Seattle. Alex Ovechkin remained 10 goals away from breaking the long-held mark of career goals held by Wayne Gretzky. So let's go to this one. Caps trailed 1-0 after one. Here we are early in the second. Martin Faravari blasts it past Seattle goalie Charlie Lindgren, and it is a 1-1 hockey game. We go late third, tied at 2. John Carlson, the blast, and Connor McMichael with the tip-in. Capitals back in front 3-2. Seattle goes with the extra attacker to try to even it up, and there's Ovechkin, open netter, career goal 886. With 18 games remaining this season, the Great 8 is now 9 away from breaking the Great 1's record. Caps get the Sunday afternoon win, 4-2 over Seattle. Staying in the district, Delaware's men's basketball team attempting to make their final Coastal Athletic Conference season a memorable one. Quarterfinal action Sunday against William and Mary. And late in the first half of this game, Macon Emery wide open for 3. He knocks it down, and the Blue Hens tie the game at 43. Moments later, Isaiah Pasha. Hoop and harm on this play. Delaware back up 45-44. Early second. Here's the Tribe's Keller Boothby. He knocks one down from distance, putting the Hens down 57-54. But then a part of a 13-1 Delaware run. John Camden with a 3 of his own. Hens go up 3. The Hens outscore the Tribe 53-29 in the second half. It's capped off by this Pasha dunk, and the Hens hang 100. They advance to the CAA semifinals with a date tonight against top seed Towson. Check out this at the Bob in Newark. Sunday, Delaware Unified Basketball State Championship game. Indian River's Trey Hill with a putback. That's at the buzzer, folks. The Indians defeat Caesarati to win the title. Congratulations to the Indians in bringing home some hardware to Sussex County. Coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network, Salisbury Stakes Professional Soccer. They take on United Elite, and then catch a recap of all of tonight's action on the final score. That's at 10:30.
If you're wondering what's taking place in Tinseltown, David Daniel has the scoop in our Hollywood Minute.
Prestige films and box office hits, those are not mutually exclusive. We can do both and we will do both.
Matt, I get it. You want to make great art and make $1 billion doing it. Well, guess what? That never happens, and you're going to screw everything up trying to make it happen.
Seth Rogen is a new Hollywood head honcho trying to have it all in the studio. Fittingly, Rogen is also an executive producer on the star-studded series. The first trailer is out now, and the 10-episode comedy debuts March 26th on Apple TV Plus with the first 2 episodes.
It was really exciting.
Michelle Pfeiffer is set for an exciting time in Hollywood. The actress is set to be celebrated on April 25th with a handprint and footprint ceremony at the TCL Chinese Theater. The event is part of this year's TCM Classic Film Festival, which is showcasing her 1989 film, The Fabulous Baker Boys. That role earned Pfeiffer an Oscar nomination and a Golden Globe Award. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
If you're having a rough week, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from CoastTV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up right now for free at CoastTV.com and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday.
I think it'll be a feel-good Monday with warmer temperatures today, but chilly right now in Salisbury, 32. Good visibility, and it will start warmer this week, and then it does cool down midweek with the backdoor cold front, then milder to end the week and looking dry the next several days. Your forecast details coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Coast TV News can be heard on Coast Country.
I've needed a new left hip for about 15 years. The last 2 cortisone shots I got were bone on bone, and they didn't last 6 months. They lasted maybe a month. I was in a lot of pain. The staff at the Joint Surgery Center at Atlantic General Hospital were incredibly helpful. I was back to work 2 days short of a month, which I found amazing. You learn to trust people when you get good care.
Start your journey to relief today. Atlantic General Hospital. Expert care every day.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, discover the healing power of sound therapy and how it's bringing comfort to those facing cancer. Plus, a look back at the rich history of a beloved coastal community. Coast Life, today at 4 on Coast TV.
Capture your favorite moments at the CoastTV photo booth. Strike a pose and snap a pic, all for free. View previous pictures and see the next event at CoastTV.com under the Features tab. The CoastTV photo booth, sponsored by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Stay tuned to get a free automatic toilet bowl cleaner from Mermaid. Your sink stopper's broken, and fixing a drain is a pain. Introducing Mermaid Drain Magic, the instant solution to most broken drains. Just remove and replace. In seconds, you can fill and drain with a simple press of a button. Drain Magic makes replacing your old, broken, rusty, even missing sink stoppers fast and easy. Drain Magic's anti-clogging basket helps prevent clogs in your sink, catching hair, food, even jewelry. Made with brass and chrome and a silicone gasket, it creates a watertight seal. Order your Mermaid Drain Magic today for only $19.99 and get a Mermaid toilet bowl cleaner absolutely free. Drop it in the tank for up to 3 months of cleaning. But wait, this could be your last chance to get Drain Magic at this low price with free toilet bowl cleaner. There's a strict limit of 3, so order now.
Call 1-800-944-6857 or visit GetDrainMagic.com. So call 1-800-944-6857 or visit GetDrainMagic.com now.
The time is now 5:47 and we are taking a live look outside at Ocean City this morning. And Bob, we were just talking, besides obviously waking up early and, watching us, people on Friday should set their alarms early for something extra special.
That's right. They should get up when we get up to check out the full moon and the lunar eclipse. That's coming up on Friday, and it is called the worm moon. Yeah, it's named after the earthworms that emerge from thawing soil. Wow, kind of crazy, huh? And and that's going to coincide with the total lunar eclipse on Friday. Here's how it's going to work out. Partial eclipse begins at 1:09, total eclipse at 2:26 a.m., and then it maxes out at 2:58. It ends at 3:31, and then we see it ending at 4:47. But it's going to have that orange kind of reddish hue to it. So it's going to be really cool. Let's hope the skies are clear as we go into Friday morning. They're clear right now, and maybe a little frosty in Salisbury, 32 there, 35 in Delmar, 37 in Ocean Pines, 43 in Bethany Beach, and Rehoboth at 43. Winds are calm or very light, maybe a little stronger at the beaches, but not nearly as strong as they've been last week into the weekend. They'll be much lighter today, and feels like temperatures in the 30s and 40s as we have mostly clear skies, some high clouds floating in from the south. We have high pressure keeping us high and dry, but you see some of the mid to high level clouds to Virginia, North Carolina, and you see this swirl into the deep south. This is rain from Alabama to Georgia and South Carolina. This isn't heading our way. This will be staying to the south and this storm moving to the east. High pressure will protect us. We'll just see some clouds from this system today. Meanwhile, around this system, it's high pressure. So that's really the only show in town is that area of low pressure to our south. Futurecast this morning warming from the 30s into the 40s. Mid-morning, we're in the lower 40s. You see some of those mid to high level clouds from that system off to the south. By noon, around 57 in Millsboro, 58 in Ellendale, and looking at a few more clouds to the south in Berlin, but cooler at the beaches. You'll be in the 40s and 50s all day there, but then inland, much warmer, 62 in Salisbury and Georgetown and Millsboro, and then naturally cooling off as we go through the evening hours. And through the overnight, I think we're mainly clear, and by tomorrow morning, we're seeing temperatures into the mid to upper 30s, and then a milder Tuesday on the way, mid 60s inland, but then you get closer to the coast, a little bit of a sea breeze there, keeping you into the 40s and 50s. There will be a backdoor cold front on Wednesday. Just how far south does it get? Cooler air behind it, warm air to the south, so it's going to be a little bit of a battle zone there. And then that front lifts to the north as a warm front later in the week, so 60s and low 70s Friday through Sunday. As the winds are variable, a little bit of a sea breeze as we go into the afternoon and evening, so that's going to keep it cooler along the coast. Then our next chance of rain comes later Sunday, so the first half of the weekend looking dry, but then looking wet later Sunday into perhaps early Monday. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 64 today, lots of sunshine Tuesday, 67. Then that front cools us off Wednesday to 56, and then a warm up through the 60s into the end of the weekend. Right now, weekend looking 50-50, partly cloudy Saturday, 67. Then that chance for rain by Sunday and mild, a high around 70.
Bob, and we have developing news in Pennsylvania. Officials will continue to investigate what led to a small plane crash in southern Pennsylvania. The crash happened Sunday afternoon, and police say multiple people were injured. The Beechcraft Bonanza went down in the parking lot of a retirement company in Manheim Township shortly after takeoff from Lancaster Airport, and it burst into flames. Officials confirmed that 5 people on board that plane were transported to local hospitals.
Only the 5 that were on the aircraft where the injured individuals have been transported to local hospitals. We did have multiple vehicles catch on fire due to the aircraft. We are now transitioning to a recovery and an investigation phase.
Right now, there is no word on the conditions of those who were injured.
Hey, this morning, if you do rely on public transportation in Delaware, listen up to this one here. DART is working on updating people about upcoming service changes. This will be in the form of workshops across the state, and these changes are set to go into effect in May in Rehoboth Beach. You can attend the workshop that is scheduled for the public library on March 18th at 2 p.m.
The city of Salisbury has announced a new platform called Zen City. This software is designed to enhance decision-making and public trust. Officials hope Zen City will better analyze public input, project management, and make data-driven decisions that reflect the needs and the priorities of the community.
It is a dry Monday morning and a chilly one, 41 in Dover, not especially cold, and we finally get a chance to warm up to start the week, and the winds are much lighter. Cooler midweek and then a milder end to the week, kind of up and down temperatures. Looking dry the next several days, some rain later into the weekend. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next.
Fall in love with safety and reliability at Gateway Subaru during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. From rain and snow to sunny skies, Subaru's legendary symmetrical all-wheel drive has you covered through any weather. Right now, take home a new 2025 Subaru Outback and take advantage of great financing rates as low as 1.9%. Stop by today to pre-order the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid, designed for tomorrow. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Transform your backyard into an outdoor oasis at Woodland Sheds in Bishopville, Maryland. Explore 11 acres with over 100 Amish buildings and 7,000 pieces of Amish poly furniture. Walk through our Amish-built sheds, kennels, coops, garages, and even pool houses. Enjoy free shed delivery and rent-to-own sheds with no credit check. We also have portable storage units. Visit us at Woodland Sheds, Route 113, Bishopville.
With all the choices of services on Delmarva, where do you even begin? Trust experts of various fields with Delmarva Experts. Sponsored by Kitchen Concepts Plus, Chesapeake Eye Center, Apple Discount Drugs, FLC Energy, Spicer Brothers Construction, Mattress Peddlers, Homewell Care Services, Robinson's Jewelry and Coin Shop, Mast Audiology Services, Riptide Restoration, and Delmarva Dave. Visit DelmarvaExperts.com for various local professionals offering the best of Delmarva. Delmarva Experts, local experts right when you need them.
Is your cookware scratched inside and an eyesore on the outside? Introducing Gotham Steel Hammered Cream Cookware. Forged with an authentic hammered design, engineered with extremely strong titanium and tri-coated with ultra non-stick ceramic. Gotham Steel features double the non-stick release. Now you can cook healthier without all the butter or oil. Get this huge 15-piece set for 4 payments of $49.99 with free shipping.
To order, call 1-800-513-6408.
Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app with live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Coming up, Drew's breaking down the news with Valerie Bertinelli.
I love this place. All right, here we go.
Monday at noon on Coast TV.
The Center for Disease Control and Prevention reportedly plans to study vaccines and autism. A person familiar with the situation said the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services requested the study despite strong evidence that vaccines do not cause autism. The CDC has already published several studies related to this matter. None have found any evidence to suggest vaccines increase the risk of autism or other neurodevelopmental disorders. The prevalence of autism in the U.S. has increased in recent years. The time is now 5:56, so we're going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And today's coastal pet of the day is this sweet girl who is very attached to her mom on your screen. That is Miss Mia. And as you can see, she loves her mom, lying in bed, and Mia was submitted to us by her family in Millsboro.
And we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen.
Yep, there's that QR code at the top there. Scan that, get your friends to us at Coast TV News, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
And the time is now 5:56, so we're going to bring back in First Alert Meteorologist Bob Trahey to tell us a little bit more about our day.
Yeah, we won't have to talk about those strong gusts of winds for this Monday, Bob.
That is good.
I know. Where I live in Millsboro, we're out in the open, so it feels like we're on the plains in Kansas out there when the wind blows even a little bit. And it was super windy last week into the weekend. Now those winds calming down today, and we're looking at temperatures cool this morning, 30s and low 40s, but then a warm up inland areas. We're looking at lower 60s inland, but at the beaches, much cooler 50s. So here's your Paul Davis 10-day forecast, 64 today. I think Tuesday is the mildest day of the week with a high of 67. Then a pesky cold front moves through Wednesday, wrecking my 70-degree forecast from last week to 56. A little warmer to the south, and then warming through the 60s the end of the week. Weekend, Saturday dry, 67. Rain showers Sunday, 70. Hopefully drying out for St. Patty's Day on Monday, 59. Looking dry to start next week.
I'm getting all my friends about that 70-degree day. All right, well, coming up in our next hour, pop policy in Slaughter Beach, what the town is looking at for its ordinance on regulating marijuana. That and more as we continue on Coast TV News today.